volume's down.
Hi everybody, welcome to Carnation Crafts TV.
Are we on? Are we on? Oh, hello, good morning. Oh, I couldn't hear anything. Miles away.
We're on.
Hello, how are you? Welcome along to Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Dave. This is Laura. You right, my love?
Yeah, good, yeah?
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah. Now, it's that first day of the month where we bring you a brand new launch here at Carnation Crafts. And what a launch it is. It is the beautiful bundles. Have a little look at this over here because the main collection is up here on the steps that you can see. And a gorgeous collection it is too. The first thing that struck me when I looked at this earlier on was the fact that you've got this really unusual cluster of shapes at the top here. You've got the squares, you've got the circles as well. Now, I've never, in all my years of doing crafting TV, I've never seen a set of dies like that before.
No, I think when you see them there, they look really striking. It catches your eye straight away because it looks interesting. It looks like a different shape. But when we show you the samples the design team have made, it really brings out the amount of different ways that you can use these as well. Because you can use them as your card bases. You can use them just as matte and layers, but then you've got in the center, you can see all those matte and layering dies as well. So you can make these into apertures. You can use the whole shape as there's just so many ways of using them.
I mean, you can see a few of the cards dotted around here, for example, over here. I don't know if we can see this, the circular one. I mean, that is so different, so unusual. But beautiful bundles, what's it all about? Well, basically, it's a nod to maybe if you've got a newborn, and we've got a couple of newborns in the office today, haven't we?
Yes, we do.
But apart from that, it's also spring frames. Now, obviously, they can be used portrait or landscape, but you can make your own card frames, which potentially would save you an awful lot of money as well. But they look so, so beautiful. So to have the circular and the square or diamond aperture card shaped dies up there, to have the rectangular frames and to have all these other options here as well. It's a truly versatile collection which first went available on our website last night and a large quantity is already gone. Over here you've got of course the dies with the main design of all those clusters of flowers in vases, in pots and so on. Over here you've got a cluster of they could be love letters, couldn't they?
They could be love letters. Yeah.
You've got your little what do you call it? The stamp that does the
hot wax.
The hot wax. Yeah, the wax seals, love that. So you've got that as well. So this whole collection with the rattle and the beautiful little teddy bear too, all of this is coming in at just $99.99 today. Now this is launch day, so I know there are so many Carnation Crafts fans out there that adore each collection and buy each one religiously. If you get in now, you'll get it at this special discounted price. It will go up on Friday to the normal price, but today you can have it for $99.99, and because you're spending over £50, it's free UK P&P as well. I've got to let you know that this collection down the bottom is an extra, so ignore that for now. This is what you're getting from the main bundle on the top two steps, and it's a brilliant price at $99.99. And as ever with Carnation, we give you the artwork free of charge. So all the artwork for the flowers, all the artwork for all of the dies here is available on our website right now, carnationcrafts.co.uk. If you go to the downloads section and click on free downloads, the artwork will be there for you to print off straight away. And as you're buying it today on launch day, our team next door in the warehouse are eagerly waiting for your orders. They will pick it, they'll pack it, and they'll post it by 2 o'clock this afternoon. Many of you may even get it by tomorrow. Now, if you do like the look of the other dies that are down here, these are called the delightful DLs. Now, DL cards are never more popular than right now. And the reason these have been put in the show, obviously, is that they go with this collection spectacularly. And I've got a few cards that I'll show you fairly soon that include those. But these, you've got a rectangle DL, you've got a lovely DL with a kind of cutout section in the corners, and you've got that lovely, almost like a vase shape on that side too. And all the detail in the dies, not only the shape of the flowers, but also the cut line detail in them is absolutely superb. Now these are available extra at $49.99, and that's $250,407. And a quarter of the entire stock of these has gone as well. I would say these are going to appeal to the majority of you that are traditional Carnation Crafts fans. It's got that Carnation Crafts look to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, and they're florals as well.
Yes.
So they do work perfectly with this collection, but they will work perfectly with so many collections that you'll have at home already. And I think they are stunning enough to just be on their own. You could easily just cut those out and put a sentiment in the bottom part, and that could be your card complete.
So if you just want those on their own, they're $49.99. If you'd like to add them and incorporate them into your order with the main collection, they will work spectacularly well, and that will of course be free P&P because you're spending over £50. 250-407 for the delightful deals. But back to the main collection though, this is what lots of you are coming in for, and I'll go through some finished samples fairly soon for you as well. But if you do want the main collection, it's launching today, the beautiful bundles, and it's 250401. So that's everything that you can see on the top here. That's what you'll be getting, and the artwork is free to download. And Laura's got the boards to have a little flick through.
Yeah, so we're going to start with babies first. So we're going to look at this one first. You can see you've got your teddy bear here, you've got the blanket, you've got like the rattle, and you've got the little boots as well, which are adorable, and you've got those in green and pink as well, which I just think are so cute.
Have you still got your teddy bear when you were a kid?
No.
I've still got mine. Mine has a leg.
It
I've got a one-legged teddy bear.
Aww.
I think I pulled it off when I was a kid, about 3 or 4, and it's still up in the loft.
Oh, that's cute. I feel like a lot of people though, they do keep
Yeah,
certain things, don't they?
My
from
mum would
when
let
they
me
were
throw it
small?
away, so I've still got it. I'm 60 nearly.
Aww. But it's sentimental value now,
Yeah,
isn't it? It's like
absolutely.
you'll never get rid of that now. Then we've got delivered safely. So this is that wax seal stamp. This is, I've been using this like, you know, the hooks that they put into the bouquets with the label on.
Oh, okay.
So popping it through the hole there and popping that into the top of the flowers. So you can use it like a pin to hold the tag in for the flowers as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got so much dimension on there. It looks like you've got layers and layers there of envelopes, and you've got your envelope there as well.
Do you keep your love letters?
I don't get any love letters,
Oh,
dear.
come on. Probably got a pile that high.
You got an array there of different ones. You can mat these up as well. And these, again, such a usable die set that you can use in so many other collections too. Now, I think these are probably my favourite flower bouquet in a vase in this set. And one of the things that does it for me is I think this is the most realistic ones, because in the 3 of them that I'm going to show you, they've got petals that have fallen on the bottom.
And that always happens, doesn't it?
Always
Yeah.
happens. You'll always come down in the morning
This
and you'll
is the
see some
carnation
petals.
attention to detail.
Yeah, and it's just those little things that just make it stand out. It's like, okay, that actually looks like a vase that would be in my living room because it would have some petals.
And do you know
on the
what?
bottom.
The flower to me that means that the dark days of winter are over is the daffodil.
Yeah. As soon as you see the daffodils,
You
you
think,
know
yeah.
the sun is coming,
Exactly,
don't you? You
yeah.
know the sunshine's coming. And then we move on to our next one. This is such a lovely one. Now you've got this one on books. Really different as well in the florals that you get in here as well, because you can see them. These were going yellows and pinks. You've got some white in there. You do have decoupage elements as well on all 3, so you can layer these up. The lovely thing with these as well is you do get the mat and the outside mat. So you could even cut those mats out and use that as a complete card on its own. Like I said, stick one of those tags in there, have it as a sentiment, and you could have your card complete. And then we've got our tulips. I'm getting
Hey,
good
you're
now,
getting better
Dave.
at
I'm
that,
getting
yeah,
good. And you can see again, look, you've got all those little petals there. It's just, it's the attention to detail. It's just stunning. You've got your bow there as well. So pretty. When you cut them out from your dies and then you see the artwork, the cut lines added in, you just get so much detail in there.
Now, I don't know whether I'm right or wrong for getting really excited about these, but these are so different. I think that's what I like about them so much. I've never seen
Yeah.
any dies like these before.
Yeah, they just draw your eye in straight away, don't they? So you can see you've got your outside mat, and you can see you've got that flat bit on the bottom on both. So you can use these for your cards. So you cut the both of these out like this, have them as card bases. That's your card shape. Now you've got a card shape like that. You don't really need to add that much on top of it to make your eye get drawn in, because it looks different straight away. It draws your eye in. But you've also got all of these mats and layers. So like I said, you can cut it out, use it as a card, pop your mats and layers on, and you can have a card like this. You could cut this out into an aperture into your card. You could cut these into the apertures on these if you want to. You could cut these mats out and make these into apertures and put. There's just so many ways. Like, I think we could spend a whole hour just using these and different elements.
Nesting dies, to be honest, are some of the most versatile dies you can ever buy. But in this sort of configuration, in this sort of shape, they are so unique and so different, really exciting. And not just for use with this collection. Think of all the other dies that you've got, carnation collections in the past that you've got that will go with this so well. like you said, it's got that kind of curb appeal. When someone walks into a craft fair, if you've got cards made with these, they're going to stand out.
Yeah,
aren't
it
they?
just draws your eye in straight away because it's a completely different shape. So to have your card in an unusual shape like this, it just stands out straight away. And I will also say as well, these mats and layers, you can see how many you have in there, but these will also fit there, and they will also fit there, and the same with these ones. So you could do the exact same thing on each one and really make a standout card.
And if you're not sure how to use them, I'll give you some demonstrations. Well, not demonstrations, but some finished samples in a second.
I
We'll see
thought
how
you were
they
going to start demoing then, Dave.
I'm not stepping into your shoes. You're the queen of the demo.
I thought
not
we're
me.
going to swap
Oh,
roles
no.
for the day.
Oh, no. That would
Right.
be entertaining.
And then we're going on to our frames. Now, these are, I think these are stunning. I think they are something just so different. And if there was ever a die that I would say will 100% work with every single collection, it is this one.
Yeah.
So you are going to be able to make, you can see you've got a larger frame and a smaller frame. You've even got the corner bits that are going to go on. But when you see the cards the design team have made with these, they are stunning. You've even got this is the back bit that goes on the back. So you can make it like a photo frame if you want to.
Use the back bit with the thicker cardstock, wouldn't you? For
Yeah,
strength
so
and-
one of the demos I've done, I've used the back bit and I cut out two.
Oh, stuck
I just
them
cut out
together.
2 pieces
Yeah.
of card and stuck them together just to make sure they've got the strength in it. But you can make so many. I mean, there isn't a collection like the puppies that we did recently, the dogs, the cats. You can pop, it's a photo frame. You can put absolutely anything in there. You can pop this onto a card, just have your sentiment in there and decorate around the frame. There is just so many ways to use this. This whole collection to me is just like, it feels like an add-on to every collection that we've done because every single die in there is just so usable, even just on its own. They look amazing.
Actually, talking about cuddly toys and so on, Suzanne on Facebook says, I still have my very threadbare teddy my nan and granddad bought me when born. He's nearly 50 years old in May. Well, I'm nearly 60. I'm 60 next month, actually, and I've still got mine. Pam Simpson says, morning, Laura, Dave, and Bunny. Well, it's Cat today, not Bunny. Cat's directing us and producing us. Loads of you have got it in your basket, which is absolutely fantastic. Let me quickly, before we do... do the boards on the other dies, and I'll do some finished samples.
Yeah, so our delightful DLs, I'm
Yeah.
just going to show you those quickly because these... I think these are going to be just as popular
Delightful.
as the collection. These are absolutely... The detail that you get in here is amazing. You can see your cut lines, the detail lines you get in here. It's absolutely unbelievable. Now, you do get those outside mats and layers. So, again, that can be your complete card, cut out, cut 2 of that back mat out, score in half. Your card completely done. Stamp a sentiment, stick a sentiment on there, and you have made a stunning card just using those dies on their own. You do have the decoupage elements there as well, so you can really build this up if you want to, but there is just so many ways to use this, because again, you can cut those mats and layers into this, make it into an aperture. There's just an endless way of using these. Use them as just mats and layers onto your cards as well. You don't have to use them as card bases.
DL shapes, as far as cards are concerned, have never been more popular
No,
than now.
they're so lovely. And the lovely thing with these as well is you'll notice like these ones are the daffodils. So each one of these coordinates in with the flowers. So if you do get the 2 bundles, the florals will coordinate in. So you can see there, I don't know what flowers they are, Dave.
Okay.
It's these ones.
I don't think I can help you with that. But.
So this will coordinate, so they're the matching flowers.
okay.
So if you pop that on there, that background is going to coordinate in with the flowers. That's the one with the daffodils, and then you can see the tulips, and that to me is just stunning. The
Now,
shape on this.
The delightful DLs, which is what these are called, 40% of the entire stock is gone of this. $49.99 is your price. Remember, we do Clear Pay as well, and PayPal Pay in 3 if you want to spread the cost, or you can pay in full if you want to. And you're getting this on launch day. You get all 3 die sets for under £50, and you're going to find so many uses for these.
Yeah, they are. They just... When I first got them, I cut them out like this, did my mats and layers, and then you think, oh, well, actually, I can leave this pattern, and that makes that into an aperture. Or then you think, I'm going to put the aperture into a different size card. So don't be afraid to get a size card cut this into that cardstock as well. Just use it as matte and layers. There's just so many ways. They're almost like your essential matte and layering dyes, but obviously you have this amazing detail there in there as well. And don't be afraid either to go into it with ink and things like that as well, because you can colour these or different cardstock. It's going to change the look of them completely.
Just saying hello to a few of you that are saying hi on Facebook today. Pearl Farrier says, hi all from sunny Kinver. Where's Kinver? Do you know where Kinver is?
I have no clue, Dave.
Okay, let me know, Pearl, where Kinver is. Looks like a nice collection, she shares, for which I'll probably have to fall into my basket shortly. Hope you do, Pearl. You will not regret it. Made with love. That's Becca Wilson says, morning, Laura, Dave and Kat. Michelle Heel says, morning, everyone. Just wondering, are there vignettes for the Delightful DLs? Actually, no, there aren't. And the reason for that is that basically, because you've got the beautiful vignettes for the flowers, if you had vignettes for the actual Delightful DLs, that would kind if you put them together, that would kind of
it would look
clash.
too much. Yeah, it would be like floral on top of a floral of, so there would be there'd just be too much there.
So to have the white background and then the colourful vignettes of the flowers on that background, that makes the actual flowers kind of pop and stand out, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially when, and you get so much detail in the Carnation Crafts dyes as well. So you don't really need to add on the artwork onto that, because they are going to be in the background as well. But equally, you know, cut them out in like mirror card or something like that, and you're going to see so much detail in them as well. So there's lots of different ways of using it.
Now let me show you some of the finished samples. I'll just put them here so you can have a little look. But this will show you how you can get the most out of these incredible dyes. This is the main collection. So this is $99.99 for the main collection. And we'll put the details of that up for you in a second. That's still the Delightful DLs at $49.99. But if you want the main collection, of course, which is this beautiful display of the card frames, you've got the stacked shapes, which is really, really exciting, that combination of circles and squares. You've got, of course, all these beautiful floral displays in the vases and the cute little teddy bears, the little rattle there as well, and the baby grow and the letters. Let me just show you though these finished cards, because that will give you a better idea how you can use the stacked shapes. Now if I just put them here on the counter, look at how they work beautifully, beautifully well. If I hold them up, is that better? Let me just hold them like that. There we go. So just look at the way these work. Aren't they gorgeous? And of course, the beautiful thing about the aperture cards, or the nesting die, should I say, the circles and the squares, is that they can create frames, they can create apertures, they can create toppers. There's just so many ways of using them. So think about it. I mean, the circular one, Pam Simpson's done this one, but just look how beautiful that is with the vase in the center of it. When you see them, you think, oh yeah, they're great, but how do I use them? Well, this kind of shows you how versatile as a collection these are. Barbara Trebwell's done this one from our design team. Isn't that just stunning? Another one here, keeping it nice and simple with just a simple
like that one. It really shows the artwork and the detail in the die, the cut lines you get. They're just absolutely, they're so pretty. They really do catch your eye. And do you know, I think, you know, the sun's shining today, isn't it? It's a really sunny, lovely day, and seeing coloured flowers and things like this,
it's the
it's
perfect
just so
collection for the
fitting.
summer.
Yeah, it's really, really is. You know, we do have the nod in there as well for baby cards.
With the teddy bear?
Yeah, with the teddy bear as well. So perfect add on as well, because it's covering, you know, the baby cards that you might need to make soon as well. So you've got that. But also, not even just baby. It could be like 1-year-old or a 2-year-old. So you could do things like that with them as well. But they are just, they're really bright and cheerful, aren't they?
Now, Pearl says, Kinver is not far from Kidderminster, which I think most of us have heard of. Yes, I've heard of Kidderminster.
Okay, yeah.
Fiona Rabbit says, good morning, Laura, Dave and the team. This collection is absolutely beautiful and so versatile. Just to remind you, before we get to demo, up here is the main collection for $99.99. Remember, all the artwork for Baby's First, the Elemental Blooms, the Delivered Safely, and the Capture the Moment. All that artwork is free to print off and always will be at the website carnationcrafts.co.uk. And you've even got the artwork for those frame corners, which are quite superb. So all of that you can print off. It's a free gift from Carnation at $99.99. And then if you want the extra DLs, delightful DLs, then they're $49.99. So you paid your money and take your choice, but the team next door will be dispatching your order straight away. You'll probably even get it, maybe even tomorrow, if not the day after, if you order it right now at 10:20. Right then, Laura, demo time.
Right then, so I'm obviously going to be using the shapes to start off with.
Yep.
So we are going to use it. So I'm going to start off, I have used them, obviously we've got all day today and tomorrow as well. So I have tried to use them in different ways. So we're going to start off quite basic, so we're going to use it as a card base, okay? So we're going to make this into a card. So like I said, you're going to use that outside mat. You have that bottom part there, so that is going to stand up perfectly, which sometimes can be an issue when we make circular cards. You know, you'll see me do it. I sometimes cut the bottom,
Chop the bottom
off, just to make sure it stands up, and especially when we're adding in lots of different elements, because you might be doing it more on one side. Like I tend to do one side or the other. You know, I never tend to make sure it's central, and then obviously if you've got a circle card, it's just going to flop over to that side. So really nice that it's got that on there. So we've cut out two, and then you're just going to score the top bit to give you that crease to make that card base then. So I'm just going to glue that top bit, and then we're going to just pop that straight on top of there then. So that's going to give us our card base.
Now Rebecca Wilson on Facebook says, which insert frame has been used on the display card next to the DL dies with the sentiment "sending you my love" and the vase of flowers?
The one with the
that
two,
one.
yeah.
So what was the question? Which insert has been used on the display?
I think it's,
That one there.
I'm going to say it's probably one of the free backing papers. Or it'll be one of the inserts that have been used, because you get the background papers and the inserts on the website. So it'll be one or the other.
So they'll be free as well. So if you want that background paper, when you're printing off the vignettes, you'll see the background papers there. So that's what it is. Thank you for your question, Rebecca. Pearl Farrier, she says, in Kimber we have red rock caves that people lived in the 1950s, a tourist attraction. Now a cafe and some caves are open to view. National Trust. There you go.
Oh,
Could go and live in a cave.
I could not live in a cave. Right, so the next thing we're going to do now is I've gone in with the next layer. Now we haven't mentioned the perfect papers yet.
Oh no, we haven't. Here they are.
So we do have perfect papers for this collection, and that's what I've cut out the next layer in. So I've used the like blush pink with that dotted effect on there. You also have one with the I want to say stripes. Stripes, yeah. So you've got stripes and the dots on there. Now this is a lovely colour palette that obviously will coordinate perfectly with the vignettes from the artwork, but it is such a pretty palette, and again, for this time of year, I think it just screams now. So it is just absolutely stunning. So we're going to pop that on there.
If I just hold this up, if you want the perfect papers, it is cardstock. It's 300 GSM, 48 sheets, and if I just hold a card next to the packaging, you can see that the colour of the card in the packaging is absolutely spot on with all the colours that have been used in the vignettes. So if you want to add that to your order, 300 GSM, it's only $14.99, and it means you're going to help your collection to just work with every type of card that you're making. So it seems for just $14.99, it seems a sin not to put it into your order, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, and do you know what? It's so much nicer and easier. Do you know, when you're crafting, it's like, you know, when I'm getting my demos ready, you know, it's so nice to just be able to grab that card pack and just, I know I can grab any one of those colours and it's going to work with whatever it is that I'm doing.
Otherwise you spend half a day going through all your card stash trying to find something
you
that
just
matches,
try and find, you know, the right shade of pink or the right shade of green. And there's nothing worse, because this happens to me quite a lot. I will go into, like, if I need a shade of pink, and I'll go into my drawer to get a shade of pink, and then I'll be making a card and realise I need another sheet of paper in the exact same card, but I've only got one of it. So then I'm like, okay, well, I need to scrap that now and think of something else. So you've got so much in there. You get a lot in there. Plus, it's 300 GSM, so if you want to cut those out and use those as the back mats to actually build your cards up, you can do that as well. Right, so we've done the outside mat. We've done the two mats and layers there then as well. So we've got that lovely pink border. And now I've gone in with the smaller ones from the mats and layers that you get on there, because that is going to sit on there like that. So you can mix and match these up as well. And if you're going to put these onto a card, there's nothing to stop you changing the way it's going to go as well. If you only cut out those two mats and layers, you haven't got that stop. you can pop this down in different directions as well, or you can even put it at an angle. There's nothing to stop you popping that on like an 8x8 card and changing the way that you want that to go, because there's no right or wrong way of how that is going to go.
And I've never seen dies like that. I really, really haven't. Obviously, you need to have a machine of the right size for them to work, but I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have got that. Rebecca says, actually, sorry, I didn't mean the papers. Which die with the rounded corners did we use? Ah, she means the die that cut the aperture out. Do you know which
Right,
dies those
okay. No, is it on the back? Sometimes the design team members write what?
No.
No.
Pam Simpson, if you're watching, can you let us
Oh,
know?
Pam will be watching.
Pam will be watching, and we
Pam
can
will
pass
let us
that on.
know.
But yeah, you mean the die that actually cut the aperture out? Okay, we'll try and find out for you. But Pam, if you're watching, yeah, Pam's there actually.
Pam
She
will
says,
let us
I've
know.
used the Clean and Simple Plus sent with floral for rounded corners.
There you go.
There you go. Nice one, Pam. She's used the Clean and Simple Plus sent with floral for the rounded corners. There you go, Rebecca. Thank you, Pam, for replying to that. Let's clear that one up.
Right, so I've got those two smaller matte layers now. I've got Have a Wonderful Day. That's going to go on there. So, I mean, already before we pop anything on there, if that was your card and you were just doing this, all we've done so far is just do some die cutting, throw basic shapes. You have got a really unusual card there that catches your eye, and all you really need to worry about is this area that you're going to decorate. And you didn't even have to worry about that if you didn't want to, because you can use those matte layers. You could pop your matte layers on there and put a verse on there or something meaningful. You could even use those matte layers as apertures and pop a picture on there if you want to. So there's
And
lots of different ways.
Whether
of
that's
them.
on your mantelpiece, on your windowsill, or on a craft table at a craft fair, it's going to stand out. You know, if you walk into a room, it's someone's birthday, and there's lots of rectangular cards or DL cards on the mantelpiece, lovely. But if there's that one on there as well, that's going to stand out because it's different.
It does. It really, really does stand out. And do you know, the first thing I thought when I started using these was I think these would be so nice for if you're making like baby cards, or do you know, like sometimes you see pictures of like animals in a bath, because it just made me think of like bubbles.
Yes. Yeah, it could be bubbles, couldn't it?
So
Yeah.
I was like, you could use it as like if you've got something that's themed of bubbles, you could use it like that as well. There you go, Dave.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm amazed I didn't go there.
Bubbles, you think bath. Bubbles, I think champagne. There
Yeah,
you go.
well.
That says a lot about me, doesn't it?
Right, so I'm grabbing my florals now, and I'm just going to glue along the edge of this, because we're going to pop this down and I'm going to leave it hang over the edge of the card.
And don't forget, you've printed off the double-sided vignettes, the mirrored vignettes. That's an option. If you know that you're only going to use one side of it, you just print off the single-sided option to save your ink.
Yeah. So we're going to pop that there like that. So that's going to be down that side of the card. Now, like I said, these florals, one of the things I love about these is they've got something that they are on top of. So there's something that they are there proud on top of. And like I said, one of them, you've got books. And you've got those very realistic little petals that have just fallen there from the bouquet. Now, I've already cut this out. So this is from one of the other bouquets. So we've got our books. But I've cut that off because I'm going to use this as almost something to place the teddy bear on.
Treat yourself to a YouTube.
I thought I'd already opened this one. The amount of pin flare I go through
I bet.
is unbelievable.
We do actually sell pin flare on our website, the 3D glue gel for your decoupage if you want that. We've got the 7-day glue, the everyday glue, the PVA on our website as well, tools and all sorts. Remember, the website is not just there to show you this collection, it's a whole craft store in one, isn't it?
Yeah, there's so much on there. I didn't even realise how much was there until Mark took me through the warehouse, and then I realised how much extra stuff there is there. It is, and especially when you're getting something like this collection, so you're going to qualify for the free P&P. I mean, that's every time if I buy something and I get into the free P&P bracket, that's when I add in like, like your glue or something you know you're going to need soon, but you don't want to pay P&P ordering glue or paper or anything like that.
Take advantage of ordering what you're running out of when you get the collection,
Right, so I've got it's almost like the blanket that's just going to sit on there like that. We're going to pop our teddy down, so I'm just going to give him a little bit of shape. That is the most adorable teddy. I think it's so cute.
So sweet.
It's not too cute, and for me it's not overly to babies either. That's why I said I think you could use it for like a first birthday or a second birthday. It's really, really cute. So we're going to pop him down.
And remember the main collection, we've got the details of the perfect papers up there at the moment. If you want the main collection, that's what we're launching today. That's what we can let you have for £99.99. It will go up on Friday. So are we able to put the details up on the main collection? Can we do that? Yeah, we'll put that back up for you. So £99.99 will get you all the dies on the top 2 steps. And remember, the price is only valid until Friday or until stocks sell out. And we are getting very busy for this main collection. So all of what you see there on the graphic on the left-hand side is included. All the artwork, the vignettes are free to print off right now. They're on the website now for you.
Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some of the decoupage bits for the daffodils. So we're going to add that in. So I'm just going to pop one on there. There are daffodils absolutely everywhere by me at the minute.
Wait, it's Wales.
Yeah, it'd be kind of rude not to,
It'd be
wouldn't
a
it?
poor show if there weren't any daffodils in Wales.
Daffodils everywhere.
I put daffodils in the same category as like sunflowers. They're happy. They make you
They
smile.
are, yeah, I think it's because you see, and do you know what? I'd love to know, how do they know? Because, so by my house, there's a roundabout that is covered in daffodils, and all of a sudden you could see all the sprouts, they'd all come up.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, oh, it's going to be nice soon. Spring is on the way. And then all of a sudden, the sun was shining, and then there was just daffodils everywhere. And you think, oh, how?
They're kind of like nature's surprise, aren't they? Because you tend to forget maybe the year before you planted them, and they die down, and then they disappear, and then as if by magic they pop up
They
again.
come back,
You forget
yeah.
that. You forget they were there in the first place. Suzanne Page says, seeing all these stunning cards and your wonderful demos, Laura, I'm so looking forward to crafting after being poorly again. Just had an email to say my order has been dispatched. Only ordered first thing this morning. There you go.
Oh, and I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah,
And
absolutely,
enjoy
Suzanne.
your crafty
Do
bits
feel
when they
better soon.
come.
So yeah, I mean, basically you're dealing direct with Carnation here today. So if you want to go for the collection, if you order it now on our website, carnationcrafts.co.uk, the team literally are printing off all of your orders as we speak. I could almost say the printer next door. They're picking it and packing it, and the postman comes at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So as soon as we get your order, it is the team is straight on it, and it'll be out straight away.
Yeah.
And then, of course, go to our website and the download section, the free download section. That's where you'll find the vignettes, the artwork, and you can print all that wonderful artwork off for all those dies, free of charge, together with background papers as well. They are there for you to enjoy too, all absolutely free. And that's one of the backing papers that we were talking about earlier on in that rectangular aperture card there too. So it is the launch today of this brand new collection. It is your beautiful bundles, and if I just run through what you get again, the stack shapes first of all are probably, to my mind, one of the most exciting designs that I've seen in a long, long time. I've never seen anything like it. Yes, I've seen circular nesting dies, square nesting dies, nothing new in that. But the way they've been put together, I mean, with the baby theme that is a little bit here with the teddy bear, they could be building blocks, couldn't they?
Oh, they could be.
You know, with letters on them or numbers on them or whatever. And then you've got the circular one there as well, which Laura was saying reminded her of bubbles, which it could be. But you've got the nesting dies in there as well, so you can make frames, apertures, and of course do pyramide style cards as well with that. Very exciting design. And again, we've got a few dotted around here. I mean, this one, if I just grab this one here for a sec and hold that there. I mean, just look how magical that is. Using the perfect papers, so all the colours coordinate with the artwork and the flowers and everything else. But it's so different and so unusual. We're getting in a bit closer so you can see it, but it's really beautiful and very, very unusual and different. Gorgeous, isn't it? So you're going to get those dies. You're going to get your elemental blooms, capture the moment, which is your rectangular frame. You get the large and you get the small. You've even got artwork for the frame corners, so they look like gold, which is a really nice touch. And then over here you've got the delivered safely, so that's your love letters. And Laura was saying that she uses as like a post to go into the bouquet where you put a little message possibly, and you've got the wax seal there as well. All of that beautiful for $99.99. It will go up on Friday to $119.99, so you're saving about 20% by buying it today. And you might even have it first thing tomorrow. If not tomorrow, maybe the next day, because it will be dispatched straight away. There's no delay in dispatch with Carnation whatsoever. And then the other delightful DLs down here. DL cards, ever fashionable, ever beautiful, and ever desired. You've got the classic rectangular, you've got the very popular kind of cut-out corner style on that one, and then you've got what looks almost like an oval vase shape as well. But the flowers match and coordinate with the flowers that are in the vases. There's no artwork for this because basically the whole idea behind this was to create almost like a white screen at the back.
Yes.
So when you put the flowers on it, the flowers pop. If there was artwork on the back, it would all just merge into one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's more for your backgrounds of your cards, but there's so much detail in those dies that using those just on white cardstock, they just look absolutely beautiful because there's so much detail in there. So yeah, they just look absolutely stunning, just cut out in white, and the flowers in that design do coordinate in with the flowers in the collection as well. So having those in the background just give that nod to what you're using too.
Now Janine has done this one using the frame dies that you're going to get. These are really lovely. I don't think I've ever seen dies that cut out picture frames before, but she's done a great job with this. And of course, one of the rectangles is landscape, one is portrait, so it makes them look completely different. And then of course you've got the larger one in the center there as well. But it's a lovely little cluster, 3 clusters of what could be photos, but we've got the teddy bear in there, and we've got the little vases of flowers and so on in there as well, but they're all included. So delightful DLs are next, $49.99, and we're going to go through the boards actually and show you what's in the main collection and the delightful DLs as well. So these are all the shapes you're going to get, the dies you're going to get, and all the artwork too.
Yeah, so we've got babies first to start off with, so super cute, but again, for me, it's not too cute. You could still use these for like a first birthday, second birthday, or even like, you know, a nod to somebody. Like Dave just said, you know, you've still got your teddy. You know, it could even be a nod to something sentimental like that as well.
I'd forgotten about it until I saw this one.
Oh, did you?
Got one at home, yeah.
So you could do things like that as well. You've got the blanket, the rattle, and you've got those absolutely adorable little boots there as well. Then we go on to delivered safely. So like we said, you've got that stamp to as if you're going to do the wax seal that you can see there, so you could easily just pop that on there. I've been using this almost like one of the pins into the bouquet, and it will fit through the hole in the tag as well. You've got your master layers there to go onto the tag, but equally, again, so usable just in their own right too. And then you've almost got like your card shape. I've seen a nice sample that we had here with the card on it that had been used to make a card. I probably won't be able to find it now.
There's so many
There
samples.
one.
Oh, that one.
So you can make like little cards like that to pop on, which is just
that's cute.
so cute, isn't it? Yeah. And then you can add that in to the letters as well if you really want to build that up. Then we've got on to our blooms. I absolutely adore these. So you've got your matte and layer there. You've got the larger one there as well. And you can see how you can really build these up. You've got your decoupage elements there, but like I said, the one thing I adore about these, and in all 3 of them, is you have those little petals there on the bottom as well. So it's very realistic for me. You know, you come downstairs in the morning and you see those little those petals that are falling off your bouquet of flowers.
It happens, yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, these do coordinate in with those DLs as well, so the different flora as well. And again, that they're on something. I just think they're just...
I mean, most
They're
people,
so lovely.
most designers would not even think of that. That's where Carnation are different. They
It would
observe
just
everything.
be like a perfect bouquet. But whereas this, it's almost got character. So it has that more realistic touch to me. You've also got your decoupage elements there to build those florals in. Then we go on to the tulips, which again, you've got your petals, you've got your bow there on the handle. You've got so much in you to work with. And then we got onto our stacked shapes. And so this is the one that I just demoed. And like I said earlier, we could spend a whole hour just on these because
Yeah,
there's
good.
just so many different ways that you can coordinate these, so many different ways of using them. You can bring in different dies with these as well. So you could add different paths onto them, using them as apertures, cut in. I know you're dying to jump in.
We've only just launched this, 40 minutes in, and 40% of this collection has gone, and 60% of the DLs has gone as well.
I'm not surprised though.
I'm not.
I'm not surprised. As soon as I seen this, I think it was like a month ago. Nick showed it to me on the computer, and as soon as I seen it, I was like,
Yes.
yeah. And then we've got Capture the Moment. So this is those gorgeous frames that you can use that are just absolutely, they are stunning. You do have those elements there. Now, one of the design team members, can you grab me that one, Dave, with the gold? The one next to it, yeah.
Yep.
So I've used them like this.
Oh, wow.
But who's done this one? Pam's done this one, which I think is such a lovely idea of actually popping them in the frame, as if that's holding the frame or the picture in place. So lots of different ways of using that. You can use it landscape or portrait. This is going to be the stand to hold it up on the back. So if you're going to use that, just cut them out twice
And actually,
to
talking of
reinforce
frames,
it.
Suzanne has asked me on Facebook, this I showed you a few minutes ago. She said, how would the frames be attached? Is it double-sided tape within the layers? Is that how it's been done on this one? Looks like it.
Yeah, so I think what Janine's probably done is put a strip of cardstock across, so cut a strip of cardstock from there to there, and then before you put that back mat on, so Janine's cut that out twice to support it to be stronger. So cut one out, pop them onto your desk, cut a strip of cardstock like that.
With glue.
Glue that down, and then your second layer then to support it goes on top. So like if I hold that there, you can just see the cardstock in between.
Just leave a little bit of a gap,
so
like
just
a hinge.
leave, so just leave a little bit of a gap so that you can obviously shape it that way. And obviously if you want them to be straight, you could use the stand and have the stand there to hold them up as well. So that's how they would just go like that then.
There you go, Suzanne. Hopefully that's answered that for you.
Right, so that is the beautiful bundles, and now we're going to go on to the DLs quickly before we get into our next demo. Now, I'm not surprised at all that this has been as popular as it has been. They are so detailed. You can see you have a stunning card shape there on its own. If you just use these dies, cut them out, just use two different cardstocks like this, you've got three card shapes essentially there straight away. You can cut this out like this, stamp a sentiment in the center, and your card could be absolutely done. One of the things I like the idea of with this one as well is, can you see there's almost like a hole there that's just in the pattern of the floral. Pop your puncher in there, you've got a tag.
Yeah, you have.
So you could use it like that as well, and exactly the same with this one. Can you imagine that a tag on a gift bag, something like that, or in Dave's case, a bottle of champagne? So you can really mix and match
Back to
these
the champagne again.
Then we've got this one. Now, like you can see, these have got daffodils designed in them, so they do coordinate in with the flowers. So the flowers you could put on the front can coordinate in with the background as well. You do have your decoupage elements there again, but you've also got those lovely matte layers there in that center part, so you can build your scenes there or stamp a sentiment on. And then we've got the tulips, which I adore this one because I think because it's got florals on, and it, like you said, Dave, it's almost like in the shape of a vase. I just think it is absolutely lovely and something unusual as well. It's not, to have that as a card shape is quite an unusual shape that you instantly are drawn to it, you instantly look.
Well, the delightful DLs are looking like they're going to be the first to sell out. 60% of the entire stock has gone on this, the launch show. We've got 2 more shows today, 3 more shows tomorrow, same time, 10, 12 and 2. And that's when our next shows are today as well, 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Let me just show you, as the DLs are going very, very fast, let me just show you some more of these amazing, delightful DL samples that our crew have done for you, the design team. Barbara Treadwell, hello Barbara, nice to see your name on these again. So it works landscape and portrait. So you have a little zoom in, I'll just kind of keep them here for you. So there's the landscape version, here's a portrait version, but look at, again, Barbara's done this one, look at the different layers that she's done on the top of that, so different, it's almost like
oh, that's actually, Barbara's used that, is it, did you say Barbara?
Barbara, yeah.
Yeah, has used that one upside down.
Upside down.
It looks like it's under the stairs now, doesn't it? Possibly.
It does look like it's under the stairs. Yeah, it could be like a little nook in the attic.
Yeah, exactly.
Like your teddy bear that you forgot in the attic.
That's where your teddy bear lives, isn't it? In the nook in the attic. This one, very, very clean and simple, beautiful. That one.
That's really pretty.
I've got a name on that one there. Whoever's done that, thank you. Janine Dawson has done this one. Isn't that beautiful? Again, using it in a landscape rather than portrait. Let's just show you.
But like seeing the samples, it just shows how well they work, and that you don't need to have that artwork for the DLs. They just stand out completely on their own, just in cardstock on their own. You can see even there, just the one you've got in white. You know, you can just see how much detail is in them. So the backgrounds are just absolutely stunning.
I mean, what Barbara's done with this is actually part of the perfect papers she's used for the background. If that were coloured flowers, and then you put coloured flowers on top of it, the whole thing would merge and would look a bit messy. It would get lost.
It wouldn't stand out.
No.
Whatever you'd be putting onto these as cards would just merge into the background, and nothing would stand out. You'd have to have another matte layer on top of it, which would just take away from the details. So you're better off using.
And Barbara's actually used the perfect papers to make the frame. So you've got that lovely, very fine diagonal line going across the frame there, with those lovely gilt corners from the vignettes that you can print off. A few more of them. This one here. Vera Bose made this one. Again, spectacular, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous.
So pretty.
That vase shape again from Janine Dawson for this one.
And that, you can see there another example, because that's just cream on cream for the background, but you can really see how much detail is in there and how they come together. It looks so pretty.
Well, Jackie often says, an amazing bundle, that's put me on the naughty step again. There's lots of people on the naughty step this morning. Pearl Farrier ordered mine, she says. So whether you're going to go for the main collection, or whether you're going to go for the delightful DLs, or maybe lots of you tend to go for both, it's entirely up to you. You can choose whether you want to go for one, or the other, or both. Either way, if you order the delightful DLs, it's P&P of $2.95 plus $49.99 today. They look as if they're going to go the first. If you buy the main collection, because you're spending over £50, that's $99.99, and that's free delivery, UK delivery, and also, of course, the free vignettes are there on our website right now to print off. Just go to carnationcrafts.co.uk to order, and then go to the downloads, the free download section, and that will then give you the vignettes, so you can print them off as many times as you like, together with the background papers as well. Right, demo 2, Laura, if that's all right.
Yeah, right, so I'm going to use the delightful DLs, because I'm having a panic of what I'm going to do for the next 2 days if they go.
I know.
Right, so I've cut out, so I'm using that lovely one with the tulips on, like we said, the one that gives you almost like that vase shape. So we've cut 2 out. We're going to use it as our card base. So exactly how I showed you in the last demo, you're going to cut 2 out in your white cardstock and score that top bit to give us our card shape. So we're going to glue the top of here. Dave, do you know what I've just realised?
What have you done?
You haven't even asked me what day glue I'm using, and I was so good.
You got the right one.
And I got the right one.
Tuesday.
And you haven't even asked me.
I haven't. No. Yeah, the everyday glue is labelled Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 7 bottles for every day of the week. But you always usually use
the wrong one.
I never know what day of the week it is anyway. So thanks for that prompting me.
Yeah, I said, because I don't think you were you. I think it must have been the last launch and you'd left. And I was like, I don't think everybody, only uses the glue on the day of the week. And we had so many messages in saying that people didn't like that I didn't use the right glue.
Oh, really?
And that they do use the right day glue.
Well,
so now I'm trying to make a conscious effort to use the right glue.
Do you at home struggle with what day of the week it is? Because you and I both work shift work, don't we?
Yeah,
so
the
weekends,
days kind
bank
of...
holidays. It just
No. I took my daughter to gymnastics yesterday, and her gymnastics teacher was like, "Oh, when's the Easter bank holiday?" I was like,
I've got a clue.
I genuinely, I couldn't tell you if my life depended on it. I was like, I just about.
It's another day.
It's a good day if I can tell you what day it is.
Exactly. So if you're like us, then the everyday glue is going to be a godsend, because if you get the right glue bottle out in the morning, you'll be set for the whole day then. I do feel stupid sometimes. I say, welcome to, what day of the week is it?
Yeah, I know. It is hard though, because like you say, it's not, we don't work like set days or anything, do we? So it's not, we don't really.
Have weekends, we don't.
No, we can't really get into a routine of, what days you're in work and what days you're not.
I quite like it like that though.
Yeah, I do as well.
Having days off when other people are working and
Working
Yeah.
when other people are off, I don't mind that.
Yeah, especially when you go somewhere it's quiet because
Yeah.
everybody's in work. Right, so we've done, so far all I've done is I've cut out that back mat in white cardstock to use as the card base. So we've got our card shape. Then I've used the pale pink in the dotted design and in the solid for my mat and layer. So these are the perfect papers that we've got.
Which are actually 300 GSM cardstock, 48 sheets of it. I mean, you know, if you're spending £100 on a collection, for £15 or £14.99 more to get all the papers and cardstock that match the colours and complement the colours is it's a good investment, really, to make your collection go much further, and no colour clashes.
Yeah, and it just makes life so much easier to just have that pack. Like, I always keep the pack with the collection.
Yeah.
And then you know then that you've got everything you need in your collection ready to go. You don't have to worry about anything. You haven't got to go rooting for cardstocks that coordinate or anything like that. You've got everything there. And it's such a nice weight cardstock as well. It doesn't matter if you're going to use it for your die cutting, if you're going to use it for your mats and layers, your card base, it'll do everything.
Well, basically, you know, you buy a collection of dies and the artwork and the vignettes because you want to make the best card possible. Well, the Perfect Papers helps you achieve that, basically. Gives you a helping hand, so money well spent.
Yeah, especially if you struggle with your putting colours together, which I 100% did when I first started card making. I didn't know at the time.
Well, quite a few people have, you know, an issue with colour blindness. My dad's colourblind. So if you know that you've got a pack of papers that are going to be perfectly matched with the artwork that you've printed off, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. But that must be... Has he always been colourblind then?
Yeah, as far as I can remember, yeah. But I can't imagine what colour blindness is. Do you see
Yeah,
a little
do
bit
you
of
see,
colour
like-
or no colour? Do you see the world in black and white? I don't know.
Yeah, is it like gradients of grey and black or something? I don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
No. There's probably a video somewhere. Because you see videos now, don't you, all the time of like, if your eyesight is this number, this is what you see and things like that.
I'm getting a bit deep here, but I've often wondered, if you're looking at a colour and to you it's yellow, am I seeing the same colour? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's like, do you remember
Do you see what I see? Do
I
see
think
what you
it was when we were in lockdown, there was a picture of a dress and it went viral because 50% of people were saying that the dress was one colour and 50% of people were saying the dress was another colour, and it was like you either looked at it and you saw one colour or you saw, and it was the same with there was a pair of trainers as well. That some people could see one colour and the other people could see
As
it.
grown up, you're told that that is green, but that could be your blue.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true, yeah.
I don't know. Sorry if I've gone a bit deep there, but
Right, so we've popped on those tulips. Now, I've used foam pads and you can really see the dimension that you get there. Now, already, so all we've done is use 4 of the dies that are in our set. Just for this one, we've used the Perfect Papers. Now, you could quite easily pop a sentiment on there and your card could be complete. It is absolutely stunning.
I mean, that's almost a carnation signature, isn't it? Having those layers, 3 or 4 layers. I know lots of other people do nesting dies and you can do kind of pyramide style, but that is a definite carnation look, having those quite minimal steps up. Love it.
It's one of those essential things to me though, because having a matte layer, it frames whatever you were doing. It's going to frame it, so it's going to help bring your eye in to what you were doing, which is essentially
It's like at the front of a big cathedral, the steps that go up to the front door. I mean, it draws your eye up to the front door, doesn't it?
Straight away, yeah. Right, before I stick this
Rebecca
on-
Wilson says, whoop whoop, ordered mine and received a message just now saying it's been completed 42 minutes after ordering. Thank you, Carnation. That's how quick we are here, guys. You put your order in, it's packed and picked, and it'll be in the post this afternoon. Might even get it tomorrow.
Probably. We get so many messages the next day to say,
They've
oh,
received it.
I'm waiting for mine to come, it's going to deliver today, or... But normally by the time we do the last show tomorrow, we have so many messages to say, oh, I'm cutting mine out now.
Well, that's good, because, I mean, when you order something, you want it there and then.
Yeah,
I'm
you want it
very
straight
impatient.
away,
Yeah.
don't you?
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah. Waiting is definitely the worst bit. So we're just going to pop that on there.
So just so you know, if you can join us at 12 and 2 today, we'll do a couple more shows with more demos and more looking at the finished samples of our brilliant design team. And there's 3 more shows tomorrow as well. So even if you've already bought it, don't think, oh, well, that's it, I'm done now. Tune in for more inspiration, design ideas, demonstrations, and get involved in the shows. Message in on Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah, and I always think the more you look at something, especially when we show you like the design team samples, because all of the design team look at dyes and use them so differently, and it sparks your creativity, because you might look at it then and think of something completely different way of using it, or somebody might message in on one of the shows and think, oh, I've just seen that and it makes me think of this, and then that'll make you think. Like the circle one, I instantly thought of like bubbles, but now you've said champagne, I can imagine now like a champagne bottle on it, and doing it like that with like a picnic or something. So you always think of something. Everybody inspires everybody, don't they?
Have you had your first barbecue of the year yet?
I have not, Dave.
No, me neither.
Have you?
Too busy working. A lot of people have. A lot of people are having barbecues yesterday, the day before.
Yeah. To be fair, yeah. Normally, my street, there's a lot of people on my street that like a barbecue, and it's normally like the first glimmer of sunshine. It's like you can smell barbecue, but.
I went to the supermarket at 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and the queue of people with sausages and burgers, it was unbelievable. I know what you're doing later on.
Yeah, that's the worst thing when you get a really, really nice day, you go to the shop and like there's just nothing there because everybody's having a barbecue.
Okay, well, we're nearly at the end of our first launch show, and what a launch show it's been. Remember, you're getting this ahead of anybody else, and it's nice to know that you're getting right in at the start of a collection. Do message in the 12 o'clock as well. We'd love to know what you think about the collection. Have you already bought it? How long have you been watching Carnation Crafts for? How long have you been enjoying Carnation Crafts for? It's called the Beautiful Bundles. So what you've got, basically, it's bundles of flowers. So the first thing I think of when I see daffodils and these flowers is spring with tulips. You've got 3 beautiful decorative floral displays there. Plus you've got the smaller dies so you can decoupage and make the flowers 3-dimensional. As well as that, you've then got what for me is the icing on the cake here, the stacked shapes. Very, very unusual, very different, quite contemporary, but it works with a traditional theme as well as a modern theme. So the stacked shapes are in there in the bundle for $99.99. You've then got your babies first. So you've got your babies first slippers or shoes, rattle, you've got a baby throw and that cute little teddy bear as well. So a nod to maybe a newborn. Over here, you've then got your love letters. You've got the little post that could go into a bouquet of flowers that you could put a little sentiment and a tag onto as well. You've got the wax seal tool as well. Over here you've then got the rectangular frames, and you've got artwork and vignettes for those elaborate gilt corners as well. Even the stand, you've got the stand to kind of stand it up. So that is your collection for $99.99, and all you've got to do is go to the website carnationcrafts.co.uk to the downloads and free download section. That's where you'll find the artwork, vignettes. Just look for Beautiful Bundles and that will be there for you. And then the other one, the Delightful DLs, that's in the lead at the moment and looks like selling out first. That is $49.99. If you're buying it with the main collection, of course, the P&P will be free. And if you're watching this in the USA, you can order this as well. Delightful DLs, 3 different designs of DL cards, one like a vase, one with the kind of cut-out corners, and then the other traditional rectangular, but with all the flowers that match with the main collection as well. Lots of you going for both of those. We'll take a short break, though. We'll go and have coffee, put the kettle on, or a glass of champagne. And we'll be back at 12 o'clock with part 2. So thank you for watching this. Get your orders in now, and it'll be on its way ASAP. We'll see you at 12 o'clock. Bye.